Abusuamfoɔ me nuanom mema mo nyinaa akɔ abasoronko ene anwummerɛ yi ɛsan ɛde mo ba RAZ Media GH so ɛwɔ Facebook sorry ɛwɔ YouTube ɛna mesan so ma mo akɔ aba soronko pa ɛde mo ba Kennedy Japan Junior on Facebook abusua ene nsɛm wɔ hɔ pa ebedi nkɔmɔ akɔ akyiri pa na yɛsi wiase no wahu asɛm si anyantobaseɛ ma ho the reality will comes up bibia bɛba abɔnten enti ene yɛbedi nkɔmɔ na enye izo abusua Ghana ni ba enti is there any Ghanaian that you can trust? That is my question. Enti Ghana ni bi wɔ hɔ obetumi agina tumpa. It sounds very, 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 very difficult. But yeah, we have people, good people among us. Many padodono, especially in painful no binom. Omu ni pabone. Hey, Ghana for mo nye ba bi gina wo Ghana maimo. A lot of them we are very, very, very wicked. Dabi ko John Pong nkroma ka asem bi say in politics. Remember say everybody want to take advantage of you. Na abusia the ekoso yebebo musa ni edi hu komo but ma me fan chia kese emma Alhaji Abdul Razak ewo Facebook ena Otusko Ken ewo Facebook me chia miwia Khalif Jaben ye pa saa so na me chia me ankasa me partner ba kope ai Esther K Barima ene wabela nden tentem pa ma me mo akwaba abusiamfo mama akwaba mesere onso se oba na wa share video na ama me video no share no ehia me ti mesere se oba na wa share na abusia ne your topic mienu eno nkwa na ebe ye ho adwuma. First of all, yankasa ye MPP ni ba pa mami papa bia ono ne politics no wontina se ene no nam ha ochina no nam ha ayefre ne OWUSU BEMPAH aboa pako akọ Oyerepa TV akọ kan nsem bia nsem na ọka aye no miwia emu eduru pa emu eduru na yebeka ho asem efiri ho a ne yekọ John Dariga Dramani Mahama entokwa ono ankasa de nano akretiri wo boko any agenda bi omo seti ede ama sabio yewura otumfuo omo pese omo nya ne dan omo engu na nim ase enti Mahama after setting the war no afi na wa hya ase e kire se opese sabio yewura otumfuo enkono nkosiesie e agenda but just wait metrechero nsem bi no mani so me no bedi nkomo woni me betimi aya adwene woni me ntumi nya adwene wobetimi atwere e wo comment section box so eduru se ye frɛ nso a osu betimi afrɛ na waba be kyerɛ wadwen afa de meka ye no ho se oni me ya adwene se oni me nya adwene se wo adwen kyerɛ foforo bi eka efa ho so a eno so no wobetumi aba na waba be kyerɛ wadwen entima mo nyina akɔ ababiem matrasi de na matrasi akrante ene ne ba o se ya ba idie na ya ye den na yapa. Now one question, abusia, which one do you prefer first? OTUMFUOR the na say OWUSU BEMPAH. I believe say OWUSU BEMPAH sem no very dirty. Where abusia for encheli bia ena NDC ni mind bi eba abonten ebe ka asem bi. Na asem na NDC ni mind ebe ka ye no. Na enipa ni binom ayese entumi nya nokre entina nipa ni bi ese omunji ni andi sinima bi ba abontre ebe kan se MPP fo binom eboa omo ema omo wene power asem na papa ne kaaye no enipa ni bebre angie ni se how possible say sabio MPP for mo ankasa imo se mo petumi mo pese mo nkita tumi mu na mom no sabio motumi ayeden akoton motumi anase maboa mo opposition amana ayeden awene power from your hands. Na say abobo BAWUMIA me say hey Kennedy Japan. He is one of the most wicked and selfish politicians in the country called Ghana. Temiye Pao, me on my Facebook page, me see a friend Kennedy Japan Jr. But that does not make me to be a selfish man. Abusia, OWUSU BEMPAH audio bar bonten mayeti so OWUSU BEMPAH or sofo OWUSU BEMPAH. Papa, I'm the sling, I'm the sticky, and I'm the most deceiver pastor in the whole country called Ghana. Ni audio babontre be chire mu se MPP from painfo aton abane de amajo MAHAMA dada. Enti asofofo a omudi MPP achire omontwe omo na abato na yekwa akoto no yaton agye hu sika ate ho trema. Asem na papa ne kaaye no ye mu binom hu se eye no kore pa because brana OWUSU BEMPAH kasa asem no na oka ne won kokoam. Me am so say like video no na share video no na commenting so na bomode so be subscribe ewo channel no so say na your first time abusia muntem yi o brana OWUSU BEMPAH osofo OWUSU BEMPAH kasa asem no na oka ne won kokoam. Enkukuamu so enkoma ayedini eye confidential reserve informations ena yeche ewo nkukuamu. And so OWUSU BEMPAH team be jina bonten won nkukuamu. Eka sinimbo edren se sinimbe eka se that election 2024 no MPP from painful binoma tonwa jihu sika dia. There is no doubt about it. Oto aso bobo amanfo binomo den. Ai Obobo amanfo binom din why no bo ni din de edi kan Kennedy Ohene a Japan obo na podin and osambo bo some of the Asante men omudini akanfo say omumbom na aton party no enkunimdie no edi ama andisi na miwia ebobobo ashase in fact yekoto aba no akaman mu yegu yanimase akamfo yegu yanimase yankwa ankoto aba yetena afie ena ndisi fo ekoto aba e de konwene ye because numbers ya MAHAMA de wene aba no it is the same number that he used in the past election or the lusu ye and now because how possible ni possible ni nyina ne say Kennedy Japan ene ne nkrofo OWUSU BEMPAH no how almost omo na omo ye the grassroots leaders ewa kanman mu eye counter campaign against Dr. BAWUMIA ewo esumu tiemi ye pa omiya Kennedy Japan ne nkrofo omo share that ye counter campaign against who? Against Dr. BAWUMIA. Campaign na omo ye against Dr. BAWUMIA na bi ni say sa kwase ampanyi ni ye ai OWUSU BEMPAH akwa na okasa odere nsa sisi ne bot se de sabio Ghana man ye ne de akwa na okasa dere nsa sisi ne bo te se de MPP amanyoko ne ye ne de no ono enam ono so ena hopes na doye efiri MPP amanyokom odi ne bone pa enam ono so ena hwan ala nkyere manten so eye den ekoti ni kuo because it was a plan and no more planning in the back door to say they want to womp Dr. BAWUMIA. Now we hear you see so we kwakotira na wo so ho dai Papa Kennedy Japan ko gina camera sianim enam adwuma bone ana onim se oye na underground ti bie na no ka kire Ghana fo nyina se ono no MPP ni panyino etimi gyina mpanyinfoɔ nipa dɔm anim ka kyerɛ ɔmo sɛ he don't cares who wins the elections. Utemi yie paa. Saa papa ya san kɔgyina the last campaign platform so bie na no ka sɛ otan ɔkwadu a na wayi na America. Dr. Bawumia wayɛ adwuma paa. Wanante all the constituencies across the country. Na saa nsɛm na ɔka ne nyinaa no na ɛyɛ nsɛm binom a ɛyɛ de ahyɛ n'akoma mu ɛna na ɔka. Enti sɛ wontan obi a adenti a wotumi gyina baabi ka kyerɛ amanfoɔ sɛ wotan ɔkwadu a na wayi na America. Na ɛkyerɛ ɔpɛfɛ sɛ underground na wɔfɛ ne sɛ Kennedy Japan ɛne ne nkorɔfoɔ na ɔmo apra ne say they will work against Dr. Alhaji Muhammad Bawumia. Temiye pa. It was a plan deal. It was a plan deal. Untumi was one of their enemies. Because Untumi was doing a very great job, always and always working hardly for the party and for Dr. Bawumia. But then my dream one and uncle we are fanti. Untumi be ye Kennedy Japan ne tamfo. Untumi be ye OWUSU BEMPAH ne tamfo. Untumi be ye alanchemante ne tamfo. Ni nyina ne se adwumadere na untumi ye de ma Dr. Bawumia no na omon gintum omon tiase omon pese be koso. So what they do is they turn their back and they fight untumi. Temiye pa. They turned their back and they decided not to, collaborate with Untumi to make the masses go out and vote. I mean, you could feel sapon memoir. Abusia Oba na wa like video na wa share. It was a clear deal, say they organized everything just because they wanted to womb Dr. Bawumia. Temiye, Agwa Papua after election. Obejina Bontra no ka kyerɛ Ghana for say he was sideline no obwa oyentro ono an train ho free campaign no. Why the sideline though? Who kwasi ampanyina yama the manager, the CEO of Ghana Gas. Maame Dokas me akwa pa. Who OWUSU BEMPAH wo yama position at the Ghana Gas wo na wo ye the head of board. In which manner again did you wanted to be involved in the campaign? MPP for I know Mudia Numa no Mo Casano. SKB TV are not sran pa now to her. We are not to an adjo not to her. Kakari TV Yemia. Now Tiamana Junior, Ariana Jono. Position a unya bi. Ferris appear. Campaign tipa kwa we call. Court for one good year. Who position a wunya OWUSU BEMPAH. Ferris appear nyabi. Jennifer the Queen. Nanti ano nanti from one studio to the other. Who OWUSU BEMPAH position a wunya Jennifer Queen onyabi. Wanyabi. And so na mo do ano wo mom party nintino. She kept on doing his job. But wo. Enam se na mpeso beye campaign intino. You sat back and then later came out to say you were sidelined by the leadership of the party. You came back to tell, say, we are one of the strategic campaign communicators of all political parties. Because we ne Rollins atna, we ne Ajimai Kunadu atna, we ne J. Kufuatna, wone na Nando Danko Kufuado atna. And to one was strategy to communicate, but MPP sad lie you. Hey, OWUSU BEMPAH. One say kakra akra. Ade bia beto abonte. Dia wo say men kana Ghana fo ntiase na munhu ne say OWUSU BEMPAH intentionally sideline himself from the campaign so that he can come back later and assume say he was not involved because Miriam Ghana for menem woha. OWUSU BEMPAH was the deputy communication director of the party. Tell me yo, Me bana bebo video na kyerɛ nkwasi asɛm na waka no. Me bana bebo video na kyerɛ but me ye. Obi a wo ye deputy communication director of a party. Na yase amount a juicy position at the Ghana Gas. How can you come out to tell we say you were sidelined by the party in terms of communication? Enti Rishita Jakwa, I know that hospital bed so na oye communication or tweete a campaign ma Dr. Bawumia no. Ono yan sideline no. But what deputy communication deputy communicator awo yamau juicy company to say Ghana Gas. I was answer deputy communication director. I will bet me a book appointment on radios. Sika wunya, mfaso wunya na Ghana Gas. Nka obet me di bia ye jumapa ama party no. Afan ntuma pafira no. You sit back home because you know the evil job that you are doing with Kennedy Japan. Because you know, say, you were working underground for Kennedy or Hine Japan. Minya Kofi apia mwakwaba face off channel mwakwaba pa. Abusha meso se mon like na mon share video no mame na yem push video no nko yanim. Enam se wo owusu bempa. Na wo ya adwuma ho entie. Wo owusu bempa. Enam se na Kennedy Japan sika bia watwa ma wo ntie na manu so nti. Na wo mpese obekasa ma nipa te unka na sabio enipa na osi omudi wachi omoye wodofo ombekwa koto abama Dr. Bawumia ntino wode Ghana Gas sika na mfaso na wunya aye no wode go bottom na wuyi wani te se de wo ntehwe na ene Nyankopon atoto won se obi wa no aka de no de na da utim ha won se wankasa sese atowso na wuntumi mfa nsie biem na wankasa waba abonten abebie wa no wo ni hopes na doye musuban eye kro akromfo mienu owusu bempa ne hopes na doye their character is equal also no muntumi ntena akromfo mienu pa na he owusu wo no already your membership of the party was in crisis because some people, intellectual politicians, were doubting about your loyalty to the party. Mpachomotima say yepa. Wo owusu bempa o. Enamba bia wo free ba ye ntino. Na nipa dom bebre edauto say we are loyal to the party called MPP. And I say it is because of opportunity. And I say favor be obenyanti and now the party nachi. And then what you are with Kennedy Japan for his favors. Koshini Mame Diana Memo Akwa pa. Owusu bempa. Ene the asha kumam abuso ena nonka. Since 2023, enam Kennedy Japan ninti endiama bi na achichire obo wakumba mu ana wuntumi nka ene abeto abonten ene wankasa obi onum aka se de enti anema wonkwa abonten nko kasa mfa nkyere Ghanafo enkoye campaign emfa support Dr. Bawumia ne se wono ya santini uya akani enti wono you want to campaign for akani owusu mamenka asem nkyere owusu bempai. Some of us we were already watching you from afar. Who say who owusu bempa onye good politician. Onye politician bia wo nim die titire bi wo politics him. Because okasa anyefe. Wo ye ntotrani because you know you're from the funker ladies on my side. we entrotrani essence nkontompo na brabani na yenim so entrotrani yenim say wo no you are not part of the intellectual called the MPP party onka ho bi eye bibi opportunity bi ana orenti odo ho be join MPP we are very very opportunist na your character usu na oban mpo no enkyere MPP ni antimi yepa OWUSU BEMPAH kwasiampanyini no ni su ene ne ban his way of acting are completely out of the scene as an MPP, what them call leaders. MPP leaders are more intellectuals, very knowledgeable people. Yenkasa mfa yensensisi ya bom pempem ya boti sedie sabio ya boy yetimi to ayeni munyansa but wo OWUSU BEMPAH anytime that you talk it is about threatening. It is about me say, and I made them away, and I'm away, and I'm obwa. Your titles of working, it is said the brand now camp funka babies no mongo. And to umuno, we end this in pure. Now, Canada, Japan, and where me mobo. Canada, Japan, where mobo, Papa way. You could feel a more quaba. Canada Japan home ayame mobo essence yeme nwa. You know why? Every stupid person in the party called MPP is associated to Canada Japan. Kwasi ampanyi ni pa Jimmy kakra kabi owo MPP mu bia no ubeko no support to Canada Japan. Asempa na meka chiro no. Tiemi yepa. A Jimmy for mu MPP mu nyina no they go with Canada Japan. On lawyer guys, omo ne doni akoma emfa emma MPP omo fra MPP just because of niema bi omo hwehwenti no. They are all aligned with Canada Japan. Eninti ana ho ye mo no. Eninti ono ne ban ne ho eye mo. Eninti a ne ho eye mo because where akwa we friend say what is the name of the guy? Momoni Dinimame. Akwana ne yere neto yeko hufuma no. Hopes na doye for example. Onike ne Japan ye one. Ai asempa na meka chiro no. Enkrofo Canada Japan ni we yo so ye lawyer. Jimmy pa akwa menim de lawyer certificate kura ma no. He also go with Canada Japan. Akwana wo say your friend is saying say le yakumio se hwan asante aguna se hwan ya mpia onu so bie na no a enkwase akeka nkwa. All the fools, the illiterate politicians are omofra MPP amanyoko no they are in line with Canada Japan. Ni maako Kevin Kujo me mo akwa papa I want to say me say enkwasiafo omo party no ajimifo omo kasa omo ntumi control omo ho. People who don't have knowledge on how to communicate to the world. Omo nyina they are all aligned with the MP with Canada Japan. Asechire ne say enipa wonam na wampani papa amfa omo amata wo ho a wanam wo etia. Temiyo se nipa da sani unam na wampe nipa titire bi nipa bi na omo suban titire bi enipa papa adwempa na wo omo tim enipa omo dwene kwa akirans na omo take decision enipa omo mfa omo afu ene decide na omo de omo adwene ene decide so wampe nipa bi num samfa omo ani wachi a wanam etia enu bie na ato papa wo ye fa ne Canada Japan enti nkwasiafo ne nkwasiasangwas na omo party no mu nyina no amu nyina na chi na omudie etimi bisa so Kennedy wanamon no ehen na bekọ akoduru. Listen to me very carefully. John Mahama is better than Kennedy Japan in terms of governance. Temi yepa John Dariga Dramani Mahama meme mpese obedi Ghana man so because onimu hwe no ane so ne nam ho no kan kwasi asem Oh no. When we talk about in terms of governance, he is 100% more better than Kennedy Japan. Enti se Mahama babe diga na so ne. Na de ekosuni we ya. Just imagine if your Kennedy Japan becomes your president of the republic. Temiye Paul. Wa untoko yekosu obokwe. Ebi no nyante ase later video bi ameno be no ha you remain shocked. Entoko yekosu ne obokwe eye John Dariga ninsano adwuma. Ensembru mo ha papa we kan ya across what is going on there. Enti se ono no ye better than Kennedy Japan or insight akamfo all the time and all the day. Na nipa we ajimifo amudi nachi the 88 nkurasefo MPs enam Kennedy Japan krono ana opa from the finance minister ho one man akwanya aya na me no sunti amokoye press conference ye mfansesa the finance minister no ajimifo you are all still going after that man na china mudie ena mu jimi look at something some nkurasefo no so nyina they are all back home. Awurade Jacopo ye awurade nyame sa 88 ajimifo na omukodi Kennedy Japan achi mo omukoye nkwasia press conference against the finance minister na all control the movement of the funds of the state very well say untimi mfa bukata say wa ban ti akonwam entu bagisika kwa akodi no Kennedy Japan sheda parking crofo say yenkoye press conference. Na sa Jimmy 488 no omo nyina tifie ne omo awie no. So Kennedy Ohene Japan should make sure say he will start thinking the sweetest voice ever. Miss B memo akwaba fisherman memo akwaba yepa. Yes, asempa na American. Sa nkurase 488 no no mo fra MPP amanyoko num sabi omoanya nipa titro bia nkodi nachi omoanya nyansani bia mfo omo adwena ama no na mom Kennedy Japan okasa te se de osen toilet so ono no mudi nachi no sa nkurasefo no nyiro mugufie e na omo tietiem because Jimmy adokro. That is the end of Kennedy Japan. Said the nkrofo we ko fi omo tietiem no Kennedy Japan after the 2028 what they call presidential candidate, the promises, after the elections of the presidential candidate in the MPP, Kennedy Japan's ambition and everything in politics will collapse. Obaya to say from to, and now from to so person some MPP amanyoko mubium. The end of Kennedy Ohene Japan is coming because oye nipa bia omfa nimdifo ne nyansafo ne de bata omo ho ne ho na mom no ajimifo enkwasiafo omo ho sika omo adwene nya adwuma biem ajimifo bi no omo dwene say the word is in their pocket aboaji mere ba me wakọ aba jimifo bi omo nya perfume papa bi digu omo amoto omo they believe say the world is under their control. OWUSU BEMPAH, who born dog? That by now MPP ma. You want to decide who to lead MPP. Oh yeah, go back to the NDC. The funka ladies and babies with sharp teeth. Ukahubi. Go back there. OWUSU BEMPAH. Go back to the babies with sharp teeth. Na kodi unkwasi asem won trotro asem na adokuru mu a wontumi mfansie biom no. Go back to the NDC. A ho and a Jimmy for etise war. Omugo stability. Na a party like MPP, you cannot stay. You will not be success. You will not be successful. You will not be successful because MPP does not tolerate stupidity. I didn't tell that MPP for Yakasa. Yakasa. Yakasa because we hate stupidity. Intelligence cannot deal with the fool. A stupid individual cannot, you can say, merge into the life of an intelligent man. because there will not be any point of what them call you can say punto de encontro. You can say point of meeting, and as a point of agree. Unyabi. Ebi no OWUSU BEMPAH. Because the he was preparing and he knew whatever he was doing. He knew whatever he was doing during and after the campaign. Oye traitor, papa. Let him go back to the NDC because Nikasa could free no numuba. So NDC. And I may say, and I may, hey, me kromha, and kwadanyina, kromha, sabio, the youth, or muninashim. Who are you? Who born dog? When I Kufuom pa be the president, pembe to me, Jinabo Bidden says in Boaka say, MPP for Kwadanyina so. Na Momo Kennedy Japan, Jimmy, Mudina Chia Munina, Mo Nante to say, no sense. No sense. Amudina chiti sese bi omosia all can in nyan de omokogu buom no ono yekoto aba na onya asen say na onya aye say na onya aye 37%. Na the onya more than 50% ono onka de mo yare na onim de ya ne say anybody that went out to vote for Dr. BAWUMIA during 2024, no, Sani Pano, Timiye, or a die-high supporter for Dr. BAWUMIA. Timiye, Paul, Timiye. And Crofo Mukoto Abama, Dr. BAWUMIA 2024, Abato Numno. Met imagine had them and says in Boakantro say, they are what? Die-hard supporters of Dr. BAWUMIA. And the Sankrofo almost sound more gentle and money ye. Because they believe it is not about enemy wusika, enemy will company show. Dr. Alhaji Muhammad BAWUMIA has exhibited the quality of a person that he is. He has watched ni sune ne bane said you sitie ne hawa ne personality ne sitie. Wasanya sebeti me yahu so ye capable, ye competent, or ye very knowledgeable man. We believe in him. Ye who say no or whatever edema onni be or do not mind Ghana ho. Canada Japan and this atemani be. And then get away from here. Who the hell you are? I'm a rich man now. I have 7,000 workers. Jimmy. What? I have 7,000 workers. Every day 7,000. But Dr. BAWUMIA has proved to every Ghanaian say he believes in better Ghana agenda. He believes in transformation of only being a bravo. And I'm with Jimmy in Kwasiasem name was Sikana. Papa, Kona Kutia Nas in Sikana Mano. $80 million. So was Sika Kona Kutia. And your president now, the baby, now the Odia associate wo ho e de afiro o ka wo de ho ai ko na kotua amanfo ka kotua amanfo sika kotua amanfo ka wo de ho na Ghana man no ede there will not be any MPP leader bi obeba be di Ghana so be mama kwan mo obokro no te say na wo born first ni bi mo and you fruit timo it won't happen. Nobody will allow you anymore. So forget. The ubenya na wenya no. The ubedi na wedi no. This time we will apply also accountability on you, Kennedy Japan. So you cannot stay anymore because abayin bi obeba oma okwan ma wuya o man no. You go against that MPP abayin no. But it will not happen. Yem fasika bi ma obiem. Say de kofo eye mistake ya. Okoma usika ena menusunti ena usura no pagya umu. You insult even Kufuor. Those who created your wealth, you are now against them. Now, what they are to us on a yanko yanimna, yanko tie, the stupidity in that bald head of OWUSU BEMPAH. Yeba na yatwa ejuma no so mesro say bo modern na share video no like mame na won subscribe to the channel no so a wa subscribe kama na obabeka abusuankuo no ho yenko na yenko tie owusu bempa ene ne nsamfo
that kind of perception that Akufo-Addo will share the background and people were having that kind of perception that Akufo-Addo will share the background and the agitations for freedom and justice, fighting for a lot of things for this country. People thought that he has done well without to rule this country. The president that never was. So people were thinking he has to come and win. But this time around, on a normal change, look at the perception and the political atmosphere and the whole, there are so many things that is going on in this country. Ghanaians are getting, the youth for this country, they're losing interest in politics. The MPP party for the first time, I'm a taxi driver. Okay, Mr. Bempa, for the first time, I'm to Obama NDC, the MPP. Or you need card. The reason is that Yaya can find the right candidate that you want to come and vote for. And these are evidence on the ground. God is my witness. It's a new joke. Say you better. Near cancer one actually, you do about 3 times and you do about 4 times, and it's way allow we. That is not the thing that we are saying. We are listening to the ordinary Ghanaian people. What they are saying, maybe they have no opinion, make grounds or they are manfoka, and I make a opinion. It's got nothing to do with Professor Marco Committee.
No, but you are jumping the gun.
You're politicians, you're a political party. What you say? Mimpe we intina storm on your doors.
Right.
Men are maybe the busa, but don't tell you and what Busa mean, I'm there to say the future of MPP depend on these 2 gentlemen, and has made it emphatic. And now Busa said, "Yeah, I'm saying, me call ground so taxi driver no be who OWUSU BEMPAH, who is MPP ni OWUSU BEMPAH, no aba OWUSU BEMPAH, man fast so me see am to aba." And what Busa me the reason why, and I make sure the reason why it's got nothing to do with Professor Marco Committee. This is everywhere. People, I was in New York. I was almost heckled by Ghanaian community in New York. Say ye two mu for amuntu ko ta radio so am kanse mu fa sume simra Kennedy Japan mra e beto ba. And it's not a joke that I'm sitting here talking about something. I'm talking about what I am hearing. And God is my witness. I'm not going
so
to
you agree that
talking about anything.
So you admit
yes
and agree said 2024 no you presented the wrong candidate.
I don't know.
No, you presented the whole thing.
I don't know.
From what you are saying,
I'm saying
taxi driver day, community somewhere New York day.
I'm not here.
So you present the wrong candidate in 2024.
I'm not here to condemn any.
I'm not here to condemn anybody.
Any candidate.
I'm making inferences on what you are saying.
Tell you what the ordinary Ghanaian are saying.
The people prefer Japan over BAWUMIA.
Why? Put your camera on the streets of Accra. Put your camera.
So you presented the wrong candidate.
Put your camera.
So clearly you presented the wrong candidate for this.
Listen, put your camera.
It's one candidate I'm the call.
Put your camera on the streets of Accra. Put your camera there. You are a grassroots person. Who will be a wood pack away free person. Go down there with the hidden camera and ask the ordinary people why they refuse to vote. 2.1 million people decided not to go and vote. 2.1. You think it's a joke? But MPP party base party supporters and Uncle Tuaba. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means?
What does it mean?
That's why I don't want to put the card before the whole.
What does it mean?
Let Professor Michael Quick committee in the assembly. Or the way we are. But that's
the point I'm making to you. It's just not okay. No, then you can make your argument based on the report.
The argument, listen, as my county say, the argument has got nothing to do with what I'm saying here. It's got nothing to do with it. Unless you want to play mischief. But I know the minister, we are journalists, you want to answer. But what I'm trying to tell you now is that Robert starting about Facebook.
Of course, Facebook.
Yes. And I've told you.
And I'm asking you, are jumping the gun.
I'm not a coward. I will just say it and say it again. This is what me sometimes me timifia unu ni pa ba day. Ebe kan sem today. Omo titi party ni bebre wonu kro mu nya access to this year. Amanfo e bank every day. Me am a free person. Unu say me na mo. Every day I am all over the place. And I hear things and I see things. And this is what the ordinary people are telling us. Etinya me na mebe tran baby. Akase we anasisi. No krene da ono. E na obusa am se me dia betu me Facebook wall. E na obusa me. E na me ka kire wo say.
So you want MPP to change their candidate in 2028?
That's what the ordinary Ghanaian.
That's what you want.
That's what the that is what Ghana for can. And what Busami Namdia to say the future of MPP depend on these two gentlemen. And has made it emphatic. And Obusam said, yeah, I'm saying, me call ground so taxi driver no be who OWUSU BEMPAH who MPP ni OWUSU BEMPAH. No ba OWUSU BEMPAH mo anfa so esi amaye to aba. And Obusam the reason why na me chow, the reason why it's got nothing to do with Professor Michael Committee. This is everywhere. People, I was in New York. I was almost heckled by Ghanaian community in New York. Say ye two mu for amuntu ko radio so am kanse mu fa so masimra Kennedy Japan bra ye beto ba. And it's not a joke that I'm sitting here talking about something. I'm talking about what I am hearing. And God is my witness. I'm not going
so
to
you agree that
talking about anything.
So you admit
yes
and agree said 2024 no you presented the wrong candidate.
I don't know.
No, you presented the whole thing.
I don't know.
From what you are saying,
I'm saying
taxi driver day, community somewhere New York day.
I'm not here.
So you present the wrong candidate in 2024.
I'm not here to condemn any.
I'm not here to condemn anybody.
Any candidate.
I'm making inferences on what you are saying.
Tell you what the ordinary Ghanaian are saying.
The people prefer Japan over BAWUMIA.
Why? Put your camera on the streets of Accra. Put your camera.
So you presented the wrong candidate.
Put your camera.
So clearly you presented the wrong candidate for the
Listen, put your camera.
It's one candidate I'm looking for.
Put your camera on the streets of Accra. Put your camera there. You are a grassroots person. Who will be a own pack away free person. Go down there with the hidden camera and ask the ordinary people why they refuse to vote. 2.1 million people decided not to go and vote. 2.1. You think it's a joke? But MPP party base, party supporters. And Uncle Tuaba. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means?
What does it mean?
That's why I don't want to put the card before the horse.
What does it mean?
Let Professor Michael Quick Committee in the assembly. But
that's the point I'm making to you. It's not okay.
No,
bad. Then you can make your argument based on the report.
The argument, listen, as what I say, the argument has got nothing to do with what I'm saying here. It's got nothing to do with it. Unless you want to play mischief. But I know if you're a journalist, you want to answer. But what I'm trying to tell you now is that we're starting about Facebook.
Of course, me Facebook.
Yes. And I've told you.
And I'm asking you, are jumping the gun.
I'm not a coward. I will just say it and say it again. This is what me kramaswabu. Sometimes me timifia. Unu nipa baha day. Ebe cancel today. Omo titi party ni bebre wonu kro mu nya access to this year. Amount for a bank every day. Me I'm a free person. Unu say me na mo. Every day I am all over the place. And I hear things and I see things. And this is what the ordinary people are telling us. Etinya me na mebe tran baby. Akase we anasisi. No credit da ono. E na obusa me se me dia betu me Facebook wall. E na obusa me. E na me ka kire wo say.
So you want MPP to change their candidate in 2028?
That's what the ordinary Ghanaian.
That's what you want.
That's what the that is what Ghana for can.
Abusia one would enti share program nasia mema was just a bit story about who OWUSU BEMPAH is and who he has been during the campaign time. Are we in here? That me who picture we say Kwawe. Canada Japan call say edum prasio say edu prasio say him from Kumasi baby ejato ye ana kwa we di na chi pena msie traitor ono nie wayi na nim finally ode na ho aba wa we ye no OWUSU BEMPAH ye nkontomponi OWUSU BEMPAH nka no kore wo OWUSU BEMPAH asema wo kan unim say in kontompo. First of all, the etosumienu who OWUSU BEMPAH we are on Kennedy Japan na me. Unim say the showdown wa Kennedy Japan kan ye no. Mu ye ho adwuma. Mu ye ho adwuma ema sebio mo nche den mo say Dr. BAWUMIA ho e de kira amanfo. Mo ana mo ye say adwuma no. Na me ka asem bi say Dr. BAWUMIA 22% of Ghanaians na yemfa ne say electorate omukoto aba 42% of Koto Obama Dr. Bawumia. No. Omo die hard fans for Dr. Bawumia. Omo die hard fans for Dr. Bawumia. MPP mfo kaifo no omo ankoto aba ni nyina ye Canada Japan asefo nko a. Sankrofo no mokoto aba enka doctor would have won with a margin of about 1 million plus. But na mo kwase adwuma cruise we ye papa we ye wa fe ne bot se apochoro no. Eni akwo e ohwe nanim otim se nanim esum. Ai. Esum wotuom. Omo na yes adwuma no. Enti wankasa o conscious kan akire wo se utwa nkontompo because senkamo anye campaign answer Dr. Bawumia enanka Ghana fo pia bonten koto aba te say ye to aba normal nka doctor would have win completely but him there ya I ma say yeah mame Miss B twere ena fisherman so twere unim there ya akwa osuru sikasa basabasa tuntum no oye very very coward Franco Filmo akwa papa. Oye very coward. What can sem? What can I sem? And there are 2 posts. And then you buy a baby sow say, can sem ne say the city a man for untuminka. Ah? Oh, you see, nipo yeshe, and nipo kasa tuntum, and nipo kasa basa piano. Ubekum. No, you're completely a coward. Sakwa we uf me rusty me face akwa we obedwane. Me nyo bia o. Ba akwa me hwe nani won kosuam pa na me face no man to man. This guy will run away, very coward. Even a common microphone to say your wishes and your ambitions are any more wailer. Modia tane modia say Dr. Bawumia ho kan gu microphone ma manfo ntene untumi nka Jimmy untumi nka na omodwene say bia campaign na omoye ne Asante region editor doctor na yanti o Canada Japan ne nkrofo no omodwene say the campaign against Dr. Bawumia omo share da etna se plan ye eye ne tintin trinti kakraka pa editor doctor no omodwene say yanti o sika Canada Japan twa ye de ma jo MAHAMA sonje mfanye ni campaign no Canada Japan dwene say yanti o Canada Japan dwene say MPs na omoto abama no ene delegates omoto abama no a ono ankasa share that sponsor omo se ma omo nkoye campaign omo ntena fie ma omo enconvince amanfo ma omo nkoto aba omo nka kire omo so omo ntena fie na doctor ahwene awie na wankwa nkoto no akwa wedwene say yante ana yenim ni nyina. But you know what, the real MPP men are very intelligent and intellectual, so we will allow you to fool. Ude guswa na jimi hoko guswa na to pako udie bre ebeso obre so a yebedi ma watu moja mfanche me abusua ne me a little bit of harsh expression because you say ma ewo platform so nti mfanche me so de owusu bempai onu Canada Japan na monto mo pasa monto mo pa wode moko nyina monto mo pa monto pa no nkosa mo be hia modifo o wanim go ase enti wo owusu bempa na nado abreso udi MPP amanyoko so mfaso unya adwuma yeye ewa ban mu. Yes, I'm board deputy communication director. Ananka wadwuma ne se obe kasa dia ma amanyoko na wo se nka onkasa ma no enye na nado ne se kokasa ma no amanyoko no owusu bempai what is the campaign? Ajuma wo ye during campaign. Any de wo he. Any stabbing back of Dr. Bawumia. Yen say Dr. Ho. Yen say ne ho fan chira amanfo se onye. Yen twa nkwase sika mfama amanfo. Na ma omo nkoto aba. Ah, I see. Miss B say he's doing that. He's doing all that because Kennedy Japan was a chairman of the Ghana Gas Company where OWUSU BEMPAH was. I see. I see. I see. But the enam so amusa nkrofo munya asa tumi na amokọ Ghana Gas no yam pipi aban yo. Yam pipi amanyo ko na ban ene ma mo sa kwanya no. Na wo de me kai me say mo mungusu na montomo pasa mo de montomo panko. Wo wala nkash na wiye. Na wo Kennedy Japan say wo si wo mfiri party no ma. The MPP party to get to a time where we will expel you from the party. We no nkwasi afo ni nyina. Omo di wa church for no mari bu adunom. Nkurasefo ma binom. Omo ni mu nyansa omo de omo solo omo se sika na omo hwehwe no. Ye be expel mu nyina. You will all move out of the party and the party will end bleed again. Kennedy Japan ya kwa OWUSU BEMPAH mo ye cancer to the MPP party. The more they are in the party, the more they destroy the party. Tell yo, ma nkrofo we party no, and you more no more destroy party because their intention is say Kennedy Japan the presidency no enkwa bontene. Say Kennedy Japan e be dia konwa e wa MPP amanyoko mu dia ene we are handing over the power to the opposition party NDC. Enene monne. OWUSU BEMPAH say the wadwan. Aye. Akwotete. Usuro. Now I'm asking one question to OWUSU BEMPAH. Sang Ghana for now say omo eba won chamber catch say we brought a wrong leader no. Omo na info. Who are them? Where are the identities? Aden omo ye nkrofo no bia na. Omo ye nkrofo na mo show mo achi mo feed omo with fake news no. Omo ye omo bia na. Sang nkrofo na wo ka omo asem no. Are they also part of you? Maybe that is the reality. Because any pure MPP supporter aonye midi akoba bi akwa bibiati na believe in transformation of human in our society mubiano. I believe say Dr. Bawumia deserves to lead a country called Ghana, not MPP. Enti dia wo kano sa ordinary Ghanaians na omo who are no omo catch say MPP presented a wrong candidate. Nkrofo na so omo go America ukọ ya nka omo be chewa hwe no omo buru uku ankeye, but I can assure you say omo ye nkrofo no bia. There is no good intellectual MPP person who would think say Kennedy Japan is the right man to lead the party. It is only you. Me dear wuno for no ayamo and amo be side jumano. Ayamo kwa yenji sika niwu yen say your mino yen fa o mino nkoji sika ngu e bottom for no. Muna mo prefer second Japan mena medigana anim. Muna mo prefer second Japan magic MPP party no. Na nipa sabio ubedi akonwa ade na obeya ose me ba maybe factories Ah, eti factory eno ne amamuo no. Factory bie eno ne amamuo. Oba ade no be ma ordinary Ghanaian ne ho atoro. Na wa feel say he's part of the society. Also maybe adwuma. One hefo ne be adwuma me ne China for. We are coming to slave you guys on your own land. Akwa we say OWUSU BEMPAH we. Na brapo ene so beto perfume papa de agu ne ho. Enti secondary apon bedi eba bedi MPP amanyoko nanim. Na ye de akopetu me which will not happen. Na ya Ghana de ama China for ni India for. No OWUSU kwasi ampanyini ebenye sika de atop perfume agu na moto amu dia everything is okay. But se benya aban bi ti say akofo adu nsunsu anso bi ti say Dr. Alhaji MAHAMA BAWUMIA. How mu believe in equity. How mu believe say enipa dasani enye wo bottom nko a na hia na mbom no the well-being of the people surrounding you is very important there. And the omompe because a banisa the sharing of the national cake will be divided across the whole country. And the banisa sankwasiafo menu way. Sankwasiafo menu way. They will not gain anything personal interest from the MPP government. And it's an etedia yen to abamfantian. Now I Kennedy Japan way. Maybe them say you are behind a lot of MPP fools. A Jimmy for no more party no money do wachi. Ebi no OWUSU BEMPAH. But let me tell you something. Said the so toy no. Sana we have a bo. So wa ma uyonko antwa anko a wu ntwa nuru. Tiemi ye pa. So wa ma uyonko antwa anko a wu ntwa nuru. And he said the wire who said you want to sabotage the victory of Dr. BAWUMIA. Said the wire you say you want to what? Distort the opportunity that young man nyankopon dia manwa eye duri Libya for neka duri eye for sure so be president ya wo se won ti ase no any evil plan that you do against Dr. BAWUMIA, that evil thing will turn back to you, back to fire, back for fire, sense of backfire. It will backfire you. It will backfire you. Because as at now, the Padoma War Party, whom they know as their leader is Dr. BAWUMIA. Enti unkura sifo no mudi wachi no. Unkura sifo no mudi wachi no. So mutumi di sika mpo koto delegates mo omoto abade bawa. When it comes to the election, we will pay you back. You face it. So I'm more young and qua unchana wadru. Said the insuo eto and nana jono. Adiachi and we have a ball. I Kennedy. We show down promise, no. We will show you down. Surely. And it will not be funny thing. Because hey, Ghana suffer ebe mama mfo ato abatia. I'm not supporting any pastor. But what I want to tell you is say, just forget and concentrate on your business. Na kasachire nkurasefo agimifo bi na omudi wachi OWUSU BEMPAH no na asefo say they should shut their mouth out because now we have a leader in the party and it's Dr. BAWUMIA. OWUSU BEMPAH oye NDC ni onye MPP ni obetumi aton wo onyawo obeton wo NDC forman sika obeton wo strategy nyina de ama won because no ye NDC ni the NDC ni twa na furuma oya Adjuman Rollins Adjuman Konadua Rollins na kwada oya Rollins akwada oya Professor Mels akwada NTMP NDC form painful tetefoɔ no nyinaa no owusu bɛmpa ne ɔmo di nkɔmɔ ɔmo yɛ ne mpainfoɔ enti Kennedy me de wo bɛsi ha but jai deɛ woyɛ na mfataw wayɛ bi ama MPP ɛnya abere wɔ mu ɛna ɔbɛsɛe w'anim onyam ɛne sɛ bio ɛdɔ a wɔahyɛ ɛde ama MPP for the rest of the years pass. Let the respect that you earn as MPP pillar remain. Don't destroy it before you go. Miwoska, and I'm here. I'm a rich man. 7,000 workers. There be a Mfia 9 years, 7,000 workers. 7,000 workers. Well, the one here, some people will see you in the court against the planter, the metal planter who sini okroma ekum nipa de cancer braman for awoso nwino bia ho awosi wusi no hwe ho ye that's why hwe ho ye a we will bring in international court you I would papa we pa hey ma wo dey announce dey ayo me say one hwe ho ye a your steel plant na wusi no ye the international court beba am yes you say you cannot bury it where you are burying it unless you go into the deep bush. You want a governance of no regulation in the state. So we be to me aye de ope. Emma so ne, emma so china. Enti kasa chira unkurofo no kwase afo no. OTUMFUOR. Give them sense in their mind when they talk. They must to make a reasonable and sensible statement. And yet ordinary Ghanaians are telling ordinary Ghanaian bank and a country so more Kennedy Japan. America need bank and a country say you need Kennedy Japan. Why in the back cancer ask them natural? Why who is that senseless person? OWUSU BEMPAH Suenyansa na uye Jimmy Dodo. Yenko tie OWUSU BEMPAH ni video no na yewia yede Kennedy yewia yede John Mahama nsem bi no mabro yenko ti ma mentwa me homra
that kind of perception that OTUMFUOR will share the background and the agitations for freedom of justice, fighting for a lot of things for this country. People thought that he has done well without to rule this country. The president that never was. So people were thinking he has to come and win. But this time around, on a normal change, look at the perception and the political atmosphere and the whole, there are so many things that is going on in this country. Ghanaians are getting, the youth for this country, they're losing interest in politics. The MPP party for the first time in Michelle taxi driver, okay, Mr. Bempa, for the first time I'm at Obama NDC, the MPP. Or you need card the reason is that Yaya and find the right candidate that you want to come and vote for. And these are evidence on the ground. God is my witness. It's a new joke. Say you better near cancer one actually, you do about 3 times and you do about 4 times, and it's way allow we. That is not the thing that we are saying. We are listening to the ordinary Ghanaian people. What they are saying, maybe they have no opinion, my co-grounds are the man folk, and I make a opinion. It's got nothing to do with Professor Marco Committee.
No, but make you are jumping the gun.
You're politicians, you're a political party. What you say? Mimpe we intina storm on your doors.
Right.
When I never been a busa, but don't just go and what busa mean? I'm there to say the future of MPP depend on these 2 gentlemen, and has made it emphatic. And now busa said, "Yeah, I'm saying, me call ground so taxi driver no be who OWUSU BEMPAH who needs MPP ni OWUSU BEMPAH no aba OWUSU BEMPAH mo anfa so mesi ama ye to aba." And what busa me the reason why na make show the reason why it's got nothing to do with Professor Marco Committee. This is everywhere. People, I was in New York. I was almost heckled by a Ghanaian community in New York. Say ye two mu for amuntu ko tare do zo am kanse mu. Mun fa su mesimra Kennedy Japan ra e beto aba. And it's not a joke that I'm sitting here talking about something. I'm talking about what I am hearing. And God is my witness. I'm not going
so
to
you agree that
talking about anything.
So you admit
yes
and agree. Say 2024 no. you presented the wrong candidate.
I don't know.
No, you presented the whole thing.
I don't know.
From what you are saying,
I'm saying
taxi driver, the community somewhere New York.
I'm not here.
So you present the wrong candidate in 2024.
I'm not here to condemn.
I'm not here to condemn anybody.
Candidate.
I'm making inferences on what you are saying.
Tell you what the ordinary Ghanaian are saying.
The people prefer Japan over BAWUMIA.
Why? Put your camera on the streets of Accra. Put your camera.
So you presented the wrong candidate.
Put your camera.
So clearly you presented the wrong candidate for 2024.
Put your camera.
It's one candidate I'm going to call.
Put your camera on the streets of Accra. Put your camera there. You are a grassroots person. Who will be a wood packer? We a free person. Go down there with the hidden camera and ask the ordinary people why they refuse to vote. 2.1 million people decided not to go and vote. 2.1. You think it's a joke? MPP party base party supporters and Uncle Tuaba. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means?
What does it mean?
That's why I don't want to put the card before the whole.
What does it mean?
Let Professor Michael Quick committee in the assembly. But
that's the point I'm making to you. It's just so okay. No, then you can make your argument based on the report.
The argument, listen, as I say, the argument has got nothing to do with what I'm saying here. It's got nothing to do with it. Unless you want to play mischief. But I know the minister, we are journalists, you want to answer. But what I'm trying to tell you now is that Robert starting about Facebook.
Of course, Facebook.
Yes. And I've told you.
And I'm asking you are jumping the gun.
I'm not a coward. I will just say it and say it again. This is what me sometimes me timifia unu ni pe ba ha day. Ebe kan sem kire. Omo titi party ni bebre wonu kro mu nya access to this year. Amanfo e ban ho every day. Me am a free person. Unu say me na mo. Every day I am all over the place. And I hear things and I see things. And this is what the ordinary people are telling us. Etinya me na me betra baby. Akase we anase no krene da wono. E na obusa am se me dia betu me Facebook wall. E na obusa me. E na me ka kire wo say.
So you want MPP to change their candidate in 2028?
That's what the ordinary Ghanaian.
That's what you want.
That's what the that is what Ghana for can.
Yes, and Tabushia, a very coward person. He cannot even admit what he really wishes. And also, if you see the dynamics of Ghana politics today, we have to change. Me say the dynamics of Ghana politics today, it doesn't need somebody like Kennedy Japan. Where they are to MAHAMA in there, yeah, Kina Basani Asreso. And I'm kwasia campaign and kwasia keka ewonanum. Wana won kwasia keka sen Kennedy Japan. Momemfa kwa winsia na ento. Abusia ene ye ba ne abechiro the tricks and the propaganda and the agenda and this for episode monsete emfantia yewura OTUMFUOR. But before we go on, let's listen to this video. Maybe here.
Yes, PURC, Public Utilities Regulatory Commission. One more report on what they buy and say the entire year of 2024. About 2024 now, I'm on your Kubernetes. So, then you the new patriotic party, MPP, led by His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Electricity incremented by 6.47%. Me boa PURC for so boa 6.47 for the entire year. Yen one is saying I mean 6.47. What's your Akufo-Addo buying the 3 more than aban ne enwene Ghana fo ho aban ne eye aban ne yemo hyehye no emma Ghana fo na aban ne sikadie ene katahyehe ene proyem ko ne ye somu na emom se yeto abade mamo na mo de mo bade a mo ma obrani amane emma meto Ghana fo so mo fa tete meto Ghana fo so obi tu mu 6.47 na no wode brani atete meto Ghana fo so a wa wo baji akonwa no wundi bre bia wo nko ba bia wo boso me yensa pe no wo tu mu 14.75 for just the first quarter. Obia to the entire year 6.47%. What just for the first quarter? Oh, to move 14.75. What's your see more is amount? Oh, reset the country. Reset ban no. Reset ban out the econo. You catch the Ghana for. You catch the Ghana for brand new number you born to one. You see, so what's the one to me no moment na. Na your man kura. Same people aban na wo so ntimi ne yentena na nya ndc eno nie ehun sunsanso ne yehunu no na de eme ya ne se ye ne a ya nkwa nkoto aban fa omo no ye nyina ye ba betue bi ye ne a ye tifia ye ka se o me de obi ho ahinti ehyan ho ahi Dr. Patrick Boachi Adom ho ahi onabo kwaku kwate ho ahinti wan kwa nkoto aban ma no na wan san to bia ma Dr. Alagba Muri BAWUMIA am MPP anto aso no ye nyina ye ba betue bi we all day inside eno ne ade eme ya senka ade a ye segregate na ye yiyi mu ne ama omo koto sa aba no atwia ehun sika no na ye ne ya nto sa aba ne bi no ye de ye ho atoya nanka eno nanka be ye de pa na so ye se abato ho osusanso eno ti na bireduro bia ne ye ba ne ye bonto ne ye ka se memfa wansena ho obufuo na mbiri wukuro enne Ghanafo ya chi ani so enne aban we a wote a wo crazy sa aban we a won fere no aban we azan obi azan koko ekuafo nyina wazan obi azan koko ekuafo obebunu bi otifie menua bi otifie a onya mumugidie se Mahama is the hope ononi ye ni daso odi yasempa na bo 24-hour economy no makon masika mo de by the entire year 24-hour economy mu flagship policy ma mo so ene wote ya wonya kukuduro se na memuo papa
I was young for. Let's get back to business. As a president, pa John Dariga Dramani Mahama, oya zapa. Abusian for and never been in some kese bi koso ewo boko. Na the koso boko no. Ne kofa baye nyina eye John Mahama ene ne nkrofo. Na one edru baabi na ye kan nsem no bia enye time na ye de time obi omi wi ameso se like video no na share farmer meka ho and then your first time so a utimi subscribe kama pa na wa be kan busuakuo no ho se de be ya ye ba life a obetumi aba na wa be support ye miya enne ma ekoso obokoro enya de keto o ensem amu eduru na ekoso ewo boko entokwa pa gidigidi pa. Now I want you to understand, say any power den tokwa ababoko ena mene wo kasei eye John Dramani Mahama. You know why? The entire mamika say John Dramani Mahama na den tokwa ababoko ne say during campaign time no John Mahama ema abokofo promises be especially the what the kusasis John Mahama mo promises be a kusasifo no omo ehwehwe na meba o hwe police ni we yakum no oboko wawu yaboni tu akuno enipa be say 400 people and up to now since Boko and Tokwano Omawu. McVan Ofori Memwakwa pa enipa 400 and Omawu. Okay, police anyway eka humbi. Let's go forward. Yanko yani na menche wa de bia ni so. Amimi ya uskani kwajo Memwakwa pa. John Dariga onu na man Tokwano asia amantokwa ekonanim na de wo munie de nti ama me kasa ne se ene na me no kasa wona waje ntokwa na gina mu a wo firi se wo tumi bi etai wo mo achi aya ne nti amopese o munkum mampurusifo no eye kusasefo unim de nti a because John Dariga Dramani Mahama in different occasions etumi gina kusasefo anim edrin sesi ne bo eka kire kusasefo say they should be what the leaders of the area omo na also omunni hene e wasase no so na John Mahama wahu a very trickish guy. Now, yen sha se na mencho de nti American show said yewura Mahama na de ntokwa na aba no. The entire make say Ura Mahama didn't talk on Abane say. Mike Amuame Wakwaba. MPP tia kunyamuno. Ntokwane na ewo ho, but to amfanye politics. Or the a national canker. Adia na ha or mining yina. So the MPP was dealing with this very intelligently. But said the yina yenim enkwasi akeka yewura nkwasi akeka wura John Dariga Dramani Mahama. Okwa I just want to give you something, then I will play videos for you to hear them. The MPP spend this sika and they solve that problem no. Na John Dariga Dramani Mahama and so na machire kajagum instigate the kusase fo no instigate mu se monyere mo ho ye ba ye be solve ye ba mo na mo be ya ahemfo ha wo de mo nto aba mayen ye ba mo ye yaban ye be duro ye be ye regional mawo e krom ho ni kwan se nya ahemfo mienu e wo se ye nya wanken etimi wi entokwa we enye na anu na ye enye nra na esi ye sa ntokwa we e koso na me na ye nwome kwa me nkroma bere so na ntokwa we ho before kwa me nkroma abrofuru be di Ghana so no na ntokwa we na wo kusase e wo boko asase so but enam John Mahama ni cheap talk loose can say loose ma to I want sunti no ene nkwase atumi ana papa we ye penti no or the bedane politics ena o sha ase associate kusase to NDC ena mompampurusi to MPP. It is MPP for no ba na omutumi nya stability wo boko ho a na NDC for na kwhye kusase for na chiakaja gum on MPP for aba no omo di hene on MPP for na aba na ntoba na omo akoka jagum wo kusase for no nchen na kusase for na yeden atrega na yeden tokwa aba because NDC nim say so what nasema MPP amanyokuo etimi solve the issue in Bokwa. The Kosasis and the Bamprusi would then they would come together and they will understand say it is the NDC who gaslight their war. So Mahama dear no yenina and say obey den obe bopa ode papa bebo janum na jana hye atre aben said the ebeya Rome for cars and Mamusi Chichomumu na di won so. That is what Mahama was doing. And the Mahama bojanuma na jana ederia not the one kwa kobo kusase for no because omo na omo doso. Enti omo na so omo to abama na obetumi adi nkunim. 2024 abato we Mahama shase ni kusase for no kasase omo ye ono ne nkrofo ono na eba de tumi abre won. Na video bi ame obo achiro. Tie video no ye. Ye wi a na ya to aso. Entokwa we anye nra ntokwa o. Be se eye ntokwa bi a sa ntokwa no. E betime twa so within a simple way. Etise garam se ntokwa no. Akofo ado try se obe solve no. Na NDC fo kajagum. Akofo ado try se obe solve no. Na NDC fo na mpete so encourage amanfo. Anado try se obe solve entokwa no. Na sabio kwakubu ahenom ne omo apampamenam kajagum. That is the same thing that is happening in Boko. Now they take video way. Take video way.
When I read the media of peace,
me take video way yo. Take video way. Take
of peace. When I read the media, they say the Boko chieftaincy conflict. There's no chieftaincy conflict in Boko.
Abusenya ntoma se na tie yie Paul. Mahama say there is no chieftaincy in Boko. media for see the chieftaincy fight conflict in Boko. But to him, Dariga Dramani Mahama, to him, no, there is no chieftaincy conflict in Boko. Only Kusase Ahemfo, and Anekasa, the parliament chief of Kusak, and Anekasa, until the tier.
There cannot be two kings in one kingdom.
Tio, Mahama Yakupon Tiauka. Wako jina Kusasi for any country almost say there can be one king, there can be two king in two kingdom, in one kingdom. Abra ujina Kusasi for any. Minya bema utieme, adwindwimu, adwinkasiemu. Se wo ye Kusasi ni, ena the frag bella, abejina wanim. Abra oni mampurusi fueko. Na o kan asem we kire wa. Wa ankasa your common sense dey na be kan kire o. Yem Kusasi fo. We are right. Yen to ado.
Every government recognizes that the overlord of Boko is Naba Abugago Asigri II.
Abusuante ni ye pa o. John Dariga akojina Kusasi fo anim. Abo Kusasi parliament chief ne say ono na ye the overlord of Boko area nyina. Who does this? Oriento asunko.
And that's why I say there's no conflict, no chieftaincy conflict. And so peace in Boko is going to be my priority when I become president.
You what? Into to him Mahama de Kusasi for him no. Ono na ye the overlord of where? Of Boko. Into no baby dia konwa or the peace beba by what? By recognizing the chief of the parliament chief of Kusasi as the overlord of Boko land. Yentuado.
And all of you know that when NDC comes, there will be peace in Boko. And so I wish to urge you to collaborate with our security service personnel who are here. They have a very difficult job. Let's collaborate with them so that they can help to maintain the peace. And I can assure you that when NDC comes, we will make sure that peace comes to Boko. Boko has a lot of potential. When Boko was peaceful, commercial activities were going on and everything was okay. Now, some public service workers have left the area because they are afraid for their lives. We will make sure that peace comes back to Boko so that all of them can come back.
Enti John Mahama de ending a name go asisem because the Kusasi for the door soon tino. He automatically crowned the parliament chief as the chief of the whole Boko Asase. Who does that? Where instigational? I don't know what makes Ghanaians went to the ballot box the last December to vote for this reckless and dangerous man. I said, when Papa we can instigation. Now you know what is the worst situation? Wan kese mo ma sundue mra kuro we mu o. Osi ye ba na sundue beba. What kind of a leader will make such a reckless statement by putting the life of his people that he said he want to lead at risk just to what? Just to get numbers to win election. Mahama uye nipa bone. You understand why I'm telling you that this man is the cause of what is happening in Boko. And tokwana ekoso Boko na yakwa we ne koso ye. Kwan we so no fa so di instigate kosa asefo no. Enti ne se Mahama ba bedi akonwa na wa ba be ye president dia kosa asefo no efili say it is their time now and they must to let the government hear them say promise now promise you mono. They are waiting say obey recognition. Said the Kusasi chief, parliament chief, is the head of Bokoland. Mahama Eyawa. Mahama is the person who caused that. Now let's listen to another video. Nyantuba Semame pa. Nyantuba Semame. Listen to this video too. Tie.
Constituencies in jail, so that they also can go into the world of work and earn something for themselves. You're requesting that another region should be created out of the Upper East region to cover the 6 constituencies in the Boko area. Boko Naba raised it with me, and I told him in principle I think it's a good idea for 2 reasons. One, for reason of bringing government closer to the people. That's the principal reason for which we create new regions and new districts. And then the second reason is for security. Boko is a special security zone because of the issues that have been happening here. And so it will be a good proposal to have a region so that it can be a focus to make sure that we deal with the security issues as well as we can. And so I don't think it's out of place, because the criteria are dependent on population, they are dependent on land size, and they are dependent on economic viability. Now if you look at Northeast, I think that the people in the Boko area here, in these 6 constituencies, the population is probably more than in the Northeast. I don't have the figures. And if you look at the land size is comparable to the land size of the Northeast. If you look at economic viability, Boko is a major trading and commercial center, and so it qualifies on all the 3 grounds. And so I told my father that there are some constitutional provisions that we need to look at. There are some requirements that we need to satisfy, and that is, first, a petition must be submitted to the president of the country, and the president of the country must set up a commission of inquiry. The commission of inquiry must look at the petition, do the feasibility study, and make sure that it is viable to have a region, and then after that it has to go to a referendum. And so those are the constitutional requirements that need to be gone through. But you can be sure that you have my support, and that I feel that yes, it is justified that we have a region here in this area, in Boko area.
Yeah. Etiabusha wo Mahama koho akoka kire omo se ono de oba bedi akonwa ne pe sa akosa asefo no obema omo region instigation monto abamame me ba me ye modea me boamo me supportum. This man is a wicked man. Ntokwa na ekoso ho no na se kire nyina ne se the Kusasi people want to be here. They want the government to hear them say the promise that he made, they are now ready waiting for him to deliver the promise. So they are killing each other there. And I'm the reckless statement akwa wema. Yento adenko yanim.
And so finally, I'll urge all of us to make sure that on 7th December we turn out in our nest, and that we turn out to vote so that we can end the suffering and hardship that we've been subjected to. Ghana deserves better, and I believe that NDC would come and continue the good work that we started, that we did not have the opportunity to finish, so that we will come and continue to build up the prosperity and progress of the people of Ghana. Somebody teach them.
And if you listen to the communication very well, all was about how to catch vote from the people. And so beka omutikura bom no mo kunkum omo ho a ofa ho. Ma me patient mo akwa pa. Me wi akwasi asam abra panyin me mo akwa ba. And Mahama do to no. He wanted the power from the people, the vote from the people. So beka manfo kurati na abubom ema omo akon kunkum omo ho a he don't care. In fact, the last statement that he made is monko to abama me na memra na me ma mo akwanya na munnim ho so. And in fact, about on a koto yana, where be a cosasi for no one, they all voted for the NDC. Now, me, yenti video is na yamra sona yenkoyanim. Just listen to this video here. I play this video. There yenti video here.
There are people who, anytime NDC is in government, Boko is at peace.
Me, I'm also some more than I'm like a video no mama na yenkoyanim. Yes, like a video no mama pa me that's it.
Unfortunately, as soon as NDC leaves government, the Boko crisis flares up again. And let nobody say it's a fight between ethnic groups. There is politics behind it. And there are people who deliberately fund that crisis. Everybody, the majority of people in Boko, Kusasis, Mamprusis, Bimubas, Busangas, everybody wants peace. Because everybody wants peace to do his business.
Okay.
I mean, the current curfew in which we are, nobody likes it. Our chiefs are being told they can't wear smocks and go into town. So what is a chief supposed to wear? A shirt like me? How would they know he's a chief? And yet, it's because of the violence and the crisis. And they were forced to do it because people hide weapons in their smokes and go and shoot at people. But I can assure you that peace is our priority. When NDC comes, and I didn't say if, I said when NDC comes, we're going to prioritize Boko's peace so that peace will return to Boko. And people can go about their business and look after their families.
Yes. Enti Mahama aye nkwasi a promise mana a backfire no. Enti de ekoso Boko ene no. Miria enya de keto akura. Enema ekoso Boko no. Ano edene pa. Ano edene. Niema ekoso Boko ano edene. But ni nyina no kosi se papa wei na create everything. Ntokwa na ekoso Boko no eye John Mahama nsa no adwuma because menu nyina yete nsema sabio na John Mahama kan wo video we mu nene John Mahama se opede opese otumfo nkoye dan enko na onkoye dan onko siesie Boko ntokwa na ekoso na ano miya be ma utie me eye plan pa na ansa na meka safa saase mwe ho no me pese me nkyere wa ade bi me pese me ma wo hwe ade bi niam bi e koso Oboko bi a no nya hu videos ni bi ti pese me ma wo hwe video bi hwe video no wi a na ma kyero de enti a NDC fo ahyeda so mo pese omo nye dan omo wa agenda kese so omo di begu yewura otumfuo banana me bodra na mama me mu so omo pese omo ngu nani ma ase eye prano eye prampa na de me bana ba kiro yie ye nko ne nika nko hwe de ekoso ewo Boko yefiri ho a na ese ya ye dey ya di nkomo akọ achi na ma kire wo why the NDC wants to what wants to sabi yen kan say omo pese omo nsei otumfuo ni dini omo pese omo ngu otumfuo ni mase because omo edikan aka emre bebre mu say otumfuo eni tumi bia ento de yen konko hwe video no yen konko hwe video na ebe kire de ekoso ewo Boko ebia no nya hu video no bia yes mame afro mo akwa aba patient Yeah, but once we more kwaba pa. Ume nkone konko he video no bi de ekoso oboko krom. Yes, abusia de ekoso ewo bokunie awofo enkwada mpanfo obi edwane amamfo fie na ya brezil sa na yetwaja atum no na wa abusia mahama create confusion we ya wie no asem no ate afa ne so no afei eno pese on test otumfuo yenyina enim se andisifo wa kwakwase bia yetwa ne ka ote America odo wasori mpemfo na odi omo atem akwa ya ba bonta be ka kire Ghana fo nyina se otumfo ni tumi bia ewo wiase osi oni otumfo ahemfie na momfa ncheme aka nsem na ne sansem na oka ye no ene dadua me no ka sei NDC want to prove that to what to Ghanaians say otumfo enye ohene entino what throw challenge says otumfo se oye ken dia na Ghana ehye na se dia ene onko no nko solve problem na e wo bokono se otumfo kono wantimi ansolve a na je se omoanya ejinaso e de adi otumfo atem now let me show you how they said omoasi ahihye adwuma no omo adwuma na nhihye ase no akwa we na dika ba abonten na tie nsem o ka fa otumfo ho tie
edi ehini na yedi ni saa no ehini ya yedi ama nipa ho kire no ene se fa so ani so ye yi hini so hini obedi anim ampuntu aba abra bom na ohini ye yu na president aba na ochia ma ye tutu ye storm ye ho kire ye wasa ate wo so ya ma asantema he de otumfo ekufo do ayama wo ne wasantema nse ende obumenhia se eye KVIP so eye toilet so into oba odena konwa ba one limited power otumfo you have limited power. You have limited power. Asante is nothing before these dwarfs. You were holding on to your kingdom. And then you said to me, and then you said to me, Asante has been limited. There's no power in your seat again. You have shown that you are a politician. You are not a king. You are a politician. Untumi kasanje woman. Untumi for politics in Tunchen and kanokre. And it's not in search of wishing I say, assassinate when you try say, and call for Boba Mensha to any Munimo Megalam saying now, Nanko Pamomo. Omra no to any Unimo Megalam saying now, who was so? na nka so pam omo oto na wo sresre e na wo sa ba omo chidom wo e na wo ma santeman say Otumfuo wo na wo sa santeman otom e bi omo nka nkire wo asanteman say e ye wo Otumfuo na Queen Elizabeth sa na obu ni man a anka ende ka mo yare anka mo ko England ko sa mo yare Queen Elizabeth awu no sa na nka obu ni man wan ka no krancha politician a anka ende yare bo mo a mo be fa plan akotena brochire sa mo sam yare munjai sa na mboa mo akonwa na yesua ye akonwa na yedi ntam kye na akonwa na bebusa ye nsem ansa na yewu me papa ye ohene entam bia me papa se ye kira akonwa ekọ esi amna kom tukumase omo num wi omo tukumase kokọ hwe wi eno mo se he se mo jimi mesi kono ko hwe Ekufuor de bona no oni agric minister mo jimi ama mo se asantefo ye jimi an oba ya na nka munyina moto junso guru so a ka next time no oba nka onfo na konwa wura menhia ende minute Ekufuor de hu menhia se KVIP odo ono ana konwa na wura ho tumi ma brana se me say tumi ni asanti biem tumi bia ni menhia biem so obi de na konwa wura menhia ende Ekufuor de hu menhia se KVIP odo na konwa wura ho na obeso chese menhia konwa bia ni Ekufuor betima tena so na Otumfuo te wo na yesi sebio wona nanom omo baaye no sa nkwase asem we komo so anka nda akonwa kase we enkeda ho mo so nsemfo so dodo ye bu akonwa nim tia na yesoso nyoma so na nipa bi se akonwa no egu akonwa nim tia yete ha ende menhia nkofo tamo konwa wura menhia ankofo tamo konwa ewura menhia na menhia toilet so panyini ni menhia obo ana menhia nyansadi ni ho na mo so nsemfo we so na Ekufuor do bu mentie ni menhia nim tia na yesresre na mo pese ye ne meburu na yesi so no ye fa ebuo ma menhia adentra kwasiampa yi we ko UK we ntuma fa akonwa anko adentra oba menhia odi akonwa ba ho because menhia na ama ne kwan mesi anyumbrem no kase ko omoto onum wi Ekufuor de bona no oni agric minister an Otumfuor gesa mo nkoko omgu.
Yes, enti abusia Kevin Tere di kamba abonten ebe ka kire Ghana fo ne NDC fo nyina se Otumfuor ni tumi Otumfuor oni tumi na mekasa me bo me mu ase mani nsaw ai me bu ye pa yes ye di kan say Otumfuor ye gu Otumfuor ni mase ya say ni din ye se oni tumi na ene trek aba ne say John Dariga Dramani Mahama nimse ntokwa na ekoso ewo bokono eye ntokwa eye political omo na sha chire ana omo finance na se de be ya nsema Kevin Tere kafa Otumfuor ho se de be ya nyamra masema Kevin Tere di edit a Otumfuor omo betumi anya bibia gina so akese enye nokore ne se yema Otumfuor yempia na no nko ho so okosetre ntokwa no okwana anye yi a ne yatumi anya bibiso agina akase ampa uye chief onye ken and in fact John Mahama shase oye na juma pa. This is the first video demanding Otumfuor to go to Boko and demonstrate his kinship. Bra and this is for Prano Obo Prampa. The agenda in this devils is very a devastation of the country called Ghana. Otumfuor to me din na si ho ma amanyofo ebu nkotodwe wonanim amanyo nti kwase ampanyin we Kevin Tere timi kan de opede chiro Otumfuor in the name of I'm quoting I want to intend what Nanado wanted to tell Asante Ken. Obo eye ni da ho eye nyansa kwan bi so kwase ampanyin we fa so e de kan de opede chiro Otumfuor. Enti ene Mahama Shasia oye complimenting of what Kevin Tere was sent to say. Enti kwase ampanyin ne mu hwe no
on broken ground. What future do we promise our children if they inherit walls of mistrust instead of bridges of hope? A nation divided by past wounds cannot march forward into the promise of tomorrow. We must commit to living above the slights and injuries of yesterday if we will seize the opportunities and promises of tomorrow. Let us choose peace not out of fear, but out of strength, not as a surrender, but as the highest act of courage to secure our collective quest for progress. Let history remember us not for the battles that we fought against one another, but for the unity we forged in the face of disagreement. Peace.
Unim nyansa same way nyina na ukojina nkusa asifo na nima na oka kire omo se there is only one king no. Oh papa we, akwa we. The most wicked man ever that has led Ghana is this man. Very wicked. Very, very wicked. Akwa we nebema Ghana bo. You are preaching peace, but when you meet the right people, you talk about war. Jimmy, moment here.
Peace can and peace must reign in Boko and surrounding areas. I called His Majesty OTUMFUOR.
Wahu akwa we wahu ne trekesh. Oko Boko babia the right stakeholders in the war. I was on Kenyan Sanchiro omo. Na omo ensisa de ekoso wo ho no. Onka o okoho a na the division mentality ne koho. No akwochiche omumu na omo ko na de wene vote. But obegina Kumasi babia Oman hene tumi de na yansi forma asumdwe wo ehɔ na ehɔ na obe no to so operate intelligent. Jimmy
Also to the second yesterday to thank him for the commencement of his mediation efforts to find a peaceful resolution of the conflict in Boko. It is my hope that all parties to the conflict who took part in the mediation process in Meshia last week will consider the proposals with an open mind and return in good faith to the negotiations when they resume in 2 weeks' time.
Abusia ye nyina enche bia na yetie video we MAHAMA ka kire Ghana fo nyina.
When I read the
enche bia yetie video asema akwa we kan ne said there is no chief 20 war in Boko. Tie na wanka se me na meka tie.
Of peace. When I read the media, they say the Boko chieftaincy conflict. There's no chieftaincy conflict in Boko.
Sawate. Nana do na asem enne na usisei ochira na usisei ebi pie ha na ebi apie ha. Where is your stand? There is no chieftaincy, but you go to OTUMFUOR nanim to beg him to go and separate them. Yenti another appel we so de maye. We are. Then we talk and we close the show.
An incident in a marketplace triggered an unfortunate loss of lives and criminal vandalism of property. I wish to emphasize that nobody gains from this situation of conflict and insecurity. We have triggered the OTUMFUOR mediation process, which saw all stakeholders participate in discussions in Kumasi on a roadmap towards peace. I'm assured by the Asantehene that the process will resume next week when he returns from his brief visit abroad.
Enti miya be ma utie me. Di omo ye ne se yen som OTUMFUOR ma ne nko ho. OTUMFUOR ko na wantimi ansofo a then we will accuse him say onye ken. He has no power. Na kanye asem na yenka. Uni pakro ya usintokwa ahemfo ntokwa enni Boko. Uni pakro ya so usi ohini bi nko no nko sovo. Uni pakro ya usimi bi wa no so kase ntokwa na ekoso no enye chief 20 but a political. Say a political there. You are the leader of the country. All the political power in the country are under your command. You are the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Enti MAHAMA Ujina bre any the way. Yewura. Do you know unim no kure na umpese obeka? Ana se wonte niema biase. Ana konyak no abafa wuti na isi ukonso no. Papa, amanfo nkwa no didi agoro sa no. Amanfo nkwa ena odidi agoro sa no. Enipa dasani nkwa ena wodi exchange political power. Na wo emfie dodo se na aka wo wanim ewo wabrabom a obetena wiase asase so. Emfie dodo se na aka na Bible so kura pomayete ye ho ase. Obi a wo ye Methodist ni. Bible mayete ye ho ase se wunya wiase japade nyina na wo hwere wo nkwa ade mfaso na wo so papa. A wo di amount for innocent souls and the exchange political power. Now wama ehwa trigger to a war zone. Now ti akra, odo nkwasi Mahama yarega na moti akra, moda to kese ho. Aye. Ena amanfo ma ewu ti se nkokọ ene mmoa. Ena oti akra. Na wosa. Ye ka mo se Yesu. Eyeza. Eyezu na yedrui that this time of Mahama will end in a very bad way. Abusu amidin ene Mr. Mafo. Bomadre. Na like video no mame. Na Bomadre like video no mame. Na share video no kahon. Ja comment na yenkan ma ho. Na bomadre nso na subscribe to the channel on YouTube, RAZ Media GH, and Kennedy Japan Jr. on Facebook. Medimo besia na mama kwai na adofo nso atumi afre ediasim. But the last thing that I want to say is say entokwa na ekoso oboko no eye Mahama and DC triggering war. Na they call some. Na them they call some. Am I another? Enyo bia eyo moa ono ankasa de na no aka ote say there is no chieftaincy, it is a political war. But then we want to testify the powers of OTUMFUOR. Nti yesumo OTUMFUOR se onko ho ne akotena chire apagya de ato patrom OTUMFUOR ntimi ansofo a na yenye nkwase ampanyini bi nso abetena America akagya de go OTUMFUOR nanim agu nanim ase se oni tumi Yakopon onka ye nyere ho na onye ekese midin ene Mr. Mafo RAZ Media GH on YouTube, Kennedy Japan Jr. on Facebook. Utumi frɛ na wachire wadwen ene mumenye course no short na yentimi nkrosu ntem ya biefo last na tom.
Yes, yes, Kukudu no Fentantro and for your Nini and Kwasa. PULC, Public Utilities Regulatory Commission. One more report on what they buy and say the entire year of 2024. The battle 2024 now. Among your co Benenet, so then the new patriotic party, MPP, led by His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Afinimuninano, electricity incremented by 6.47%. Meboa, PULC for so bois. 6.47 for the entire year. Yen one is saying, 6.47. What's your Akufo-Addo buying the 3 more than Abane enwene Ghana for ho abane eye abane ne yemo hyehyɛ no emma Ghana for na abane sikadie ene katahyehyɛ ene proyanko ne ye somu na emom se yeto aba de mamo na mo de mo ba de a mo ma obrani amane emma meto Ghana for so mo fa tete meto Ghana for so obi tu mu 6.47 na no wode brani atete beto Ghana for so a wo beji akonwa no wundi bre bia wo nko ba bia wo boso me yensa pe no wo to mu 14.75 for just the first quarter. Obi atumu the entire year 6.47%. Wo just for the first quarter wo to mu 14.75. What you see mo yense ma wo reset the country. Reset ban no. Reset ban a wo de ekono. Ye ka kire Ghana for ye kachire Ghana for ebra ne nam aye bonto no ye say sa wo se wontimi na wo maame ntena na nya wo maame kura sa MPP aban na wo se wontimi ne ntena na nya NDC eno nie ehun sunsanso ne yehunu no na de eme ya ne se ye ne a ya nkwa nkoto aba mfa omo no ye nyina ye ba betue bi ye ne a ye tifia ye ka se o me de obi ho ahinti ehyan ho ahi Dr. Patrick Boachi Adom ho ahi onabu kwaku kwate ho ahinti wan nkwa nkoto aba ama no na wan san tu bi ama Dr. Alagba Muri BAWUMIA ama MPP anto aso no ye nyina ye ba betue bi we all day inside eno ne ade eme ya senka ade a ye segregate na ye yiyi mu ne ama omo koto sa aba no atwia ehun sika no na ye ne ya nto sa aba ne bi no ye de ye ho atoya nanka eno nanka be ye de pa na so ye se abato ho osusanso eno ti na bireduro bia ne ye ba ne ye bonto ne ye ka se memfa wansena ho obufuo na mbiri wukuro enne Ghana ya chi ani so enne aban we a wote a wo praise sa aban we a won fere no aban we azan obi azan koko ekuafo nyina wazan obi azan koko ekuafo obebu no bi otifie menua bi otifie a onya mumugidie se Mahama is the hope onone ye need us or the asempa na bo 24-hour economy no makon masika mo de by the entire year 24-hour economy mu flagship policy ma mo so ene wote ya wonya kukuduro se na memuo papa
Abusianfo me da munyina ase ene mobre. I think say there is no call. Enti me de mo besia na ochena ya toaso. Me din ene Mr. Mama Esther. Mkura na me woa. Mumentwen na yemfa Mama Esther ne call. Hello. Mame. Me chiao.
Hello, Mr. Mafu.
Mame me chiao pa.
Hello.
Hello, utimenka.
Hello.
Hello, mpacho utimenka. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, mame utimenka.
Oh, Mr. Mafu lady enye.
Ade. Hello. Hello. Mama nyinise. Let me call back because me kasa on timenka. Me kasa on timenka. Okay. Just call it in. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Mafu.
Mama utimenka say.
Oh, lady nye crowd. Hello.
Hello, mpacho utimenka.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, nothing. Hello.
Hello, mama utimenka.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Ah.
Mr. Mafu, I don't know.
That being yes, saying you me, Bokasa mentonka. Ewo, you said the Bianca, corner by your crano. Bokasa mentonka, I wonder. My Santra, just a minute, I was a metonka. But what Timenka say?
Okay.
What Timenka?
Metonka.
Perfect. Yankasa. Yamwakwa.
Mejo so ya na me pese. Among from friends one son because all send me a catapult.
Well, no, but then them say, I'm on for one already.
What they say me no one did you obi amba do the yan
I say, I'm
Mr. Mafu.
Mammy, me too.
Akoya no waka say communicator no oye good than kasa.
Rough.
Na no ate.
Rough.
Oye MPP ni me boa.
MPP ni pa. Yeah.
Okasa ye pa. Mr. Mafu me chia watiefuo nyina. Nyame nka watiefuo nyina wona omo enhira wo mu nyina. Mr. Mafu he.
Mama me too.
Ghana ya ton ye color TV e de akoto black and white.
Yes.
And that guy ne kan communicator ne kan say yen ya yan to amfa ama no. Any omo koto man no. We are all going to face consequences.
Yes.
Etini ye nyina ye tue bi. Otua taku a nsume tua taku.
Yes.
Yeah. Na omo be ye illegal wa we ye innocent na wo tua na nka wo se wunya supply no. Ye mfama wo ye be kwa kwama illegal for no omo twefem no.
Yes.
Omo ne be mo kane ama o madam. Na say why ye bi da this is not the first time. Dum so sa tam no wo ye. Nti no we no bibia hwe mo ma ye mfa no kranto nchen atiefo. De Mahama be ye bia na de ndis be ye bia no will surprise me. So what I say enye different bi mame enye ade foforo mame oni pa na wonam oye criminal no tumi gyina mo nim ka kyerɛ mo sɛ oye dwamfono na sɛ wo nipa no wa hu nyansa no wakoto ama dwamfono no odwamfuru wa
Yeah. Wa na ope.
Eye wa na wo pɛ ɛna wakoto de ama dwamfono nti obedwamfono hwɛ ewiase mpanifo sɛ soantie ɛne de ɛne wo mati kɔpɔ akora pa de kokwa ahuna yetu da mrabatam ɛyɛ dɛ ɛde kyerɛ no.
Yes.
Eti ye nyina no everything Mahama would do we cause it.
Yes.
Mahama do Ghana. Mahama hate Ghanaians. Mahama no Ghana. One no resources na ewo man mu na dododie no. And wo pese oni ni nua Ibrahim ene na busuafo omo fumfa. But I'm appealing to Mahama say ade anya wo dia no wo fa wo dia ni brebone fa. Wo wuntem.
Yes.
Mahama wo be wuntem. Na wo nsusu a wo mane nyina no ade anya omo dia no ebe hwere wo mo because ade wo man nim na dodode no e na anya wo nua Ibrahim Mahama dia adodode na ewo oman nim no eye Ghana fo nyina dia.
Yes.
It is even though kwa wontumi nkyem fa ma wo mo a e wo so wo make sure so wo yi ade bia enkura ne be benefit every so de MPP aba ne ye den eye no.
Yes.
But Mahama and Ibrahim Mahama and nam someone ni bradie na mo no man intino mo fum and a moko and I put it to you say karma is a bitch.
Yeah.
Karma will come to your doorsteps, Mahama, and with the grace of God you will pay dearly for your life.
Yeah.
Would you mama fair news here?
Yeah, too.
Mr. Mafo, mama come me second approach so. Saa boku conflict no ekote no Mr. Mafo nana yenya nana open so nana wabawa wakoa mebo mi mukasa nana fa me bone che me manofuma nana eye trap no mu sati wo.
Yes.
Nana ye pa ochaw ye yi nyankopon wa wo boss ni asase atumi nyina ye ne dia basa ye adom nyankopon a nana wo ye nyame ba akupa ono so asase so.
Yes.
Ye fa wani mu twitwi fom asantema ye hoafo ye die
The Ghana
akamem ye hoafo ye die no ye ne ye pointre wo ye ne ye ka se bedi ye so ye ne ye pe ene ye si bedi ye so eti no bia wo Ghana memu have no choice na wo mu de ye pointre ye ko votu ye di kokromoti e votu de ma wo mu.
Yes.
Obia no wo betumi de waheni anim atwitwi fom.
Absolutely.
Omo de he omo nka omo nya de omo pe sika dwakofi ebe speak ama obe kat ama ye nim so wo ye maame eye papa no futabraba obi abenum ano but omo ntumi ntina ho enkotwa amanfo achi enkotwa sika Kevin Taylor papa ahoma ya toatoa ni ye de fura akosoro kwasi ampanyini bi saa no na nafata no atumi gina ho ka se wagina konwa ye biri.
Yes.
Obetwa jan so obetwa dragon
Aye.
ya paneche o nana kachen so onkofa dragon no onkopa tantokwa no adia Mahama ntumi nye no ono na tumi edi na no tuntasuo to wo no wasa akofa we ye fro ne bema
Dabi.
wo sori ayi soja ntade akofa hye no ko wo ye bema hye soja ntade ne ko dia wo se ayi Mr. White navy for dia ya wo ye concept mediocre focus yen to team free so a mua mu kototuo e de ko e mamanfo kokko wo nua Ibrahim on the supply tuo no the prophet ba ko onye free omanim no okofa tuo e de ba so ye mfa nkom mua mu kromufo no eti ye pese ye bisa sai wan na mo dada no wan e na mo dada no wo mo eti ye pese ye ka kire wo sai papa Mahama ye What do one want to intercede no wasa kofa. Kwana kopata won tokwa. Ene won tade na wo share ne na wo solo krasa she atade no wo kokura
se ayi en kan se won se kurum ha nkura na eduru se ari we no se senyo
Halloween so and you drew out the book for here. That is the kind of charm. Money, ya hal, what do you go, man? Eti, ya ba, near ba on a soul subempa. And a soul subempa. Me wama a cuckoo dam, a cassiabi, a wokrumha. Na almost some in fact message way and famro. One must say. Womo de sa wo se abrochire for say yem fa Kennedy mra womo de anya Kennedy no mo pe no anya Kennedy e no mo pe no ena sa wo wodu ho akobo Kennedy na sa wo say wo begu NPP anim ase a ene esomu wanim sa chirebren chire ayi chireboa obi didi on fancham yo hu se ukọ baabi so na ntumi nja wo na ye ebire no me na ebubo nkuruwa san wanim pie wanim se de waka wisam OWUSU bempa mayen kancho na we na do appointee ba ko
ai
na gas
what did you
and OWUSU bempa what dey wie ye bisaw ana se na munnim se ye jimifo ne ye te ha na mu bu ye se ye jimifo no na munnim se ye nim se ayi Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia mo na mo sabotage aban nipa 2.something million na wo ka no OWUSU bempa wo na akọ kache omo so omo meto aba enye because of Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia nti na omo ameto de mu ye wo sumase no ene na ama Dr. Mahmood Bawumia nwini on the OWUSU bempa so se me boa bra na ye improve nchiraw bra woni Kennedy ohine Japan fosu brigade bra ni enka nchiramo ke amafo ene na me show bi me mbo guy ni dini but me kan o show na obehunu me flash on a platform so eko man piao with different name ntinya di obenime but me kasa wa head your better voice no obehu nipa kura me kasa o say MPP for yenja makao metin na me bra se kwasiampanyini biti se ene so OWUSU bempa wonya appointment wona na ado abem esa cha no ho esa ba ebe ka kire yen pehwe wo party ni mu no yen pehwe o ye pesa MPP etumi ba eba no mutra so mankola na omunni bi no omutumi fidi om se na NDC for se MPP for obokro no omufom eniema fa so omufom fa Oma fasika ni bi ama Ghana for cake no obi anya bi ani me bra ya me kana sam me flash on the platform so no wo ka say MPP for ba e na Ghana for ho to wo mo eti me bra say wo se ye ma party no yan ka mom ni anya ba ko na Canada Japan any on so OWUSU bempa wo mo kan Canada Japan contract ben one do MPP mu na on so OWUSU bempa so enya appointed wo Ghana gas no wonya bidi ya me nia be ma na wo ka asam na wie ye mi pese mi busa say sa nipa ni cha no ho no obeye selfish towards the party. What do you want us to do?
We must talk.
I was say ya ka emo mu say omo ya pese mi nkumya e se wo ma no ma no mo ya den omo kai
yes
e free to dia na bie mu anwura mu a omo nim hwe ene so OWUSU bempa Alhaji Dr. Mahmood Bawumia or a wrong person guy ni busa is he a wrong person you cannot answer him
no
because you know class said dia wo kanu e ya kosisem
entropa
nipa otumi nya 60 something points debe no 42 meboa.
Yeah, 42. Yeah, for 41. You know, yeah, coalition on 42. Yes.
Yes. Eti mi pese mi busa say ene so wusu bempah. Sa nipa no wo pese yen san kwhwehwe obi foforo ne yemeton no. Wo hwe ye sone so no. So no mo ye nipa say no mo sane ye. Mr. Mafo boa me.
Now, yeah, no, I'm saying they were 10 or something. Yes,
And
yes.
no mo sone so na ba nipa 2.
Yes.
O na so wusu bempah brane be yi sa asem we ano mame. Se wo AQ no. Wo AQ na da utrim no. Utina ayesa yam boss no. Utina ayesa kokuyo tri no. Brana min kancho se biemu ye se bia yira akohwehwe. Nipa mienu ene standing last minute.
Yeah.
Did BAWUMIA went to somebody's tion and so wusu bempah? Ekwachichiri omo maka ni nyina ansa gu omo say. Memeni Alhaji Dr. Mahmood BAWUMIA. Memeni vice president to one to amamia.
Mekuana. Dabi.
Ana mekuana. Dr. Mahmood BAWUMIA wanchichiri obi ansa ngu nichi. Sansu na Canada Japan wanchichiri obi ansa ngu nichi. Obia making a choice
By preference.
na yeso sunsu na ya tiano ye MPP form ye pese ye katra wo eneso wusu bempah say yempe obia obeba bedi yanim no obetiti yemu obe divide ye.
Yes.
Yepe obia obeba no obeka ye nyina ya bom na ye hihye mu na ne hu se Dr. Mahmood BAWUMIA no kuta sa wisdom no.
Yes.
Ono pe ona betumi aka MPP fo ayeden abom onye mante yourself ye katwi kasa ne say
onye ntitimu
wo so kan dia wo sabotage wo suja eguja ni mu ebom efite emane hwe eti Canada Japan you are not credible to lead MPP. Na se wo say wo ene so wusu bempah say America for you UK for the yen kan yo yen kan ho so ko US ne boa
so ko US
bia US for ne kan ye ba yen United Kingdom for the yen kan ye England for yen kan ye one thing free wo bia no ye say ye pede okuta abrotre nyansan ni bi one santete party ni mu oka party ni nyina ye den ebom wono ene ye hwehwe no ba ye de ye ni tutu ye na no ekosi Dr. Alhaji Mahmood BAWUMIA ho the digital man.
Yes.
Mutu saba we manko ye ohinka duachi ana manko hwetri ayina ana mama Alhaji baya nkisisi aga na bibia ye digitalize no.
Yes, of course.
Kenya ni sa ambrobes fo we edi ye krom adane cocaine coast.
Aye.
Ene so wusu bempah ye pese ye kacho se nyansa ye frɛ ni nyansa wonni bi kone kwhwehwe wonni host na doye mu bekum yen na mu bese yen se si ade so ono ya man Nigeria ambassador or ambassador
Hopes in the ambassador
no ambassador so a on pass ase no one to dan no one tena ho
in man mabiem onka ho
mabiem because with the grace of God no na opai kwan de ma Alhaji Dr. Mahmood BAWUMIA wunya airport wo me bokro no biem cause obe digitalize bibia o digitala
digital aye akwasa no
obe digitalize bibia eti no only Hobson sa wo sika na wunya no Ghana gas no wantumi amfa anye bibia de a ene ebu katam na start fa nyema na ye pese ye kachira wo say modibi we only can we are greedy
very very greedy
we are pese kunya modibi grassroots fo na monama modi akohwesem kire wo mo no wo mo so Alhaji ba wo mo na bekọ ho esoro enye mu biem test confo na monam sumase amudi ntro kire wo mo no ye nim ne nyina o nyame bie kwan na Alhaji ba enye mo ene wo behwem o papa no nani da ho odwene nkyinima ho etu woni Canada Japan munni ntronko saa wate wanim ene umuma sa asurubuo bi muma so ena Canada pantan se oria
ai ne bo
etu munyire mo ho na mo de entro no munni nko ye yemfa ho se MPP fo panifo no ese de kane mo kanu ene de ewu ene so wusu bempa hoya no enam se yamfa na anye ayi ne yakofa ayi we ye fe miracle buy obeba ye ne jealousy ekuno
na
gel ene so ayi on ns yenim se wo ayi we ye fe ne se miracle aboagye ntina wo ye sa ne ma ni nyina etino kanwanu ne tum ye pese ye ka kire mo se de mo hwe suma se amu ye nyina yenim ni nyina
yayi yani
ye hwe de nyame beye onyame oni Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia ekomafo ye pese ye ka kire o se wo de ye nsoma wo ba bia guy na sem na wo ka wo busa no nya abotre na yi ano
ai eno so abeya
ya
sem
no eja sa wo de wada no wo kodi NDC fu achi na wonya Adima Kwadu spokesperson musika mumanya from Rollins Mreso no
ai
adenti na manfa bia ma nchirima no endi
ni nyina kro no
so wo so bempa hwan na wutumi sponsor no hwan na wutumi sponsor no ko Ghana Gas
hwe
ye bisaw eti krache kwanu tum ema mpanifo no so wo se makokwe papa makokwe ofa makokwe mina na makokwe ye pa ucho papa I hope so with the good results beba enye Dr. Mahmood Bawumia ene ma ye lusu abano
dabi
tiene tie di ye papa enye Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia ene ye ma ye lusu abano eye pesemenkum nyafo na wo mo de omo beka omo wapom na omo ya ade ye needful no omo da so enam ene omo sai party no omo sabotage eti sa wo so the wrong information be bad ya ene e mo be dan
yeah mo
betno
position at chepa because you want the reality
because ye mu binu ye nya de ye pa ye beton ye hu niema nyina akotwe mansom
yeah of course
eti no munye aware obi kwatena akoko ase kasa na nado eji ayi eja hihie ewusi otuo no ye de nka ye beka asne saa o ye bese mamamo eti mun na nwere hu anfa na maba abontene abema Canada Japan wo sika on sete enhwe grassroots anopa bia osode ya 20 million grassroots mu maje 100 million grassroots mu maje mi wo sika bebre 200 million grassroots mu maje onja enumudwa na otewa wo dwa no ya bre no eti se oneso husu bempa wo message no se wo ni hwe a wo beka memegina ha enka foolishness ya pamuchaw ya bremo ya pese part no ya nyina ya kabom ni ya the needful wo hu nka nipa mom mu se no kan wo se niema wo titi ni pantam wo divide ni pantam and we are not ready for that shit ya pamuchaw na ya papa Mahama wo so ko na ya den ekoko ko se wakonda ade entade
wa sheda dem pa ojina be hwe se wasi address
ai fakoboko na kokon yana na otumfuo openso onyanwe ready
ndabi
wuso wonehwe enso IMF okoji sika mamu muwie na mbeso na mudi natam uma Kevin Taylor apapo hene
ne kon wo he no yesi ne kon Ghana for CB ayi akwabesi bre kumfo kromu ma no omo se Kevin ne kon e wo hefa awo bisa
na wan hwe ne joint na basa wan hwe
abahufa awurade Jacopo
abrawo otumfuo garden boy kranka wunya enya ayi ensam fo na Mahama so a otumfuo garden boy kranka wunya ne chacha kora ka wunya no wapepa ho wote wona asori ensamfun na wudie na wo mahama wo support no na meta wo cho to ba bi na da na dodo ho ai wo kopata na nkebe ye ya ye beka to se kọ ba so obekọ ame ye di wonu matutu fom na ye nya asantefo no ene akanfo ya sa beto na wadi ya odie na ya pa ye chew dwene wo mienu na nkwan ye de nana Samafo, Beduasi and Yamishra, Yamishra, Nyana, and this for Munya Jimieno, Namupo Mino, Namunya Crono, Namobono, Namunya cocaine deal, Namu dealino, Yapamucho, Momaya airport to Montono, na Kania Kana, what to Muno. Yes, sir, Nana Dubai one to Musao, Ghana for, ye love your free, send your soft to buy your background, because said the design. Na do nim so be yi levy free ho eso wanyi o se ontumi nyi ena mahama ba wa baba be yi pa pay satam no ne wo covid mu ne ehia moa na Ghana ehia moa pa osofo a utumi gina public tumi ka say ya wo betie me yeden minim say ye be ba show na wo ka say sia de wo app ne ye free so ye betie obi because you so we suffer bias. Wo be gina ho be di asofo na ayi one man church for na tem ba papa Daniel Uswasiama, I'm referring it to you. Papa, so you are not different from them. Wo bashin anadwa na anadfiso. Galam say no. We will fear na you video bi na mi post on san family. Galam say na sam no waka ho de. Wo de me koda. Na me sama afon so nya de on koda.
Me da se ma.
Papa, grabe kan wa se ni ohun so wo ye sofo papa. Ah wo di asam a wo di ha. Sam George wo be born na baso. Ni e free se mahama ba ye obe san tumutumu. Ai. Papa,
wa pia ko to ba bi kura.
Na mo ya de kromo ye nya atwom e na mo ne na mo ma ne mu Mr. Mafo ami fa nyame nshira bebre
nyame nshira won so ma nyame nka ho bye bye ya ma me Esther e na yete ne nka no ya abusua ebreko kakra I don't find a man a call okay me say you mic obetumi afa call na I am here so abra your mic while you busy. I abusia me de mo besi ya na ochina asan abeto aso me din ani Mr. Mafo. Message say but more than I like video no mama. Video no like no. O ya na say wabo me pa. Nti message say like video no share so na and then your first time so subscribe e wo channel no so. Na be ka abusia kuo kese no. Makraw e da wase pa ene mo bre. Until we meet again, adios. Me mfa mo nsia video we mon hwe anslan ye kwa yakọ. Until we meet again, adios.
In several theaters to maintain peace and security. The Ghana Armed Forces is engaged in several theaters to maintain peace and security in our nation. One major flashpoint continues to be the Boko area. Only 2 days ago, an incident in a marketplace triggered an unfortunate loss of lives and criminal vandalism of property. I wish to emphasize that nobody gains from this situation of conflict and insecurity. We have triggered the OTUMFUOR mediation process, which saw all stakeholders participate in discussions in Kumasi on a roadmap towards peace. I'm assured by the Asantehene that the process will resume next week when he returns from his brief visit abroad.